Hey, thank you so much for being with us today. We're really happy to have Johnny. He's the founder of Amazon Marketing Agency, and today he's going to tell us a little bit more about his experience working with us. So, welcome, Johnny.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Angel.
Awesome. So, I want to get started. Like, if you can tell us a little bit more about you and the business that you run.
Yeah, absolutely. So I run a Amazon marketing agency. We help brands, mostly in the CPG space, grow and expand their Amazon business online. So we work from the creative side, the advertising side, the account management side, inventory management side. We really get in the weeds there and help our businesses grow on Amazon.
Awesome. Sounds pretty good. And let me ask you something. You started working with us, I think, a couple of months ago. It was a
Mhm.
very quick hire. At that point, you were looking for PPC Amazon manager. But yeah, can you tell us a little bit more about what was your that you were looking for at that time? What was the main issue you have, like finding people with that experience and everything that you wanted to share?
Yeah, absolutely. So obviously being in an Amazon marketing agency, we're pretty niche and we have, pretty specific needs. But not only that, the way that I like to hire is that I like people who can manage a whole account, right? Both the front and the back end, doing the client facing conversations as well as actually managing the ads and all of the strategy on the back end. And so finding someone who has both the people skills on the front end and the technical skills on the back end can be really difficult. I probably interviewed 20 people before I
Wow.
and had over 100 applicants before I started working with you guys. And the reason was that I started working with you is that I was really looking for someone specific. And obviously hiring in the US is more expensive, and I really wanted to hire someone overseas but have someone that has the proficiency. You guys gave me, I think it was 4 candidates initially. We did a first round interview with 3 of them and hired one of them, and he's been amazing. We love Jorge.
Awesome. Yeah, it's been 2 months that you've been working with him. Tell us a little bit more about how he is performing and how he got into your team and how was that process?
Yeah, Jorge fits right in. From a personality perspective, I'm trying to build a really nice culture here, and he is thoughtful and kind and really engaging. And then from, incredibly hardworking. He's always overworking his hours. I always tell him to go, to log off because he's working so much. All things that I really, really appreciate and enjoy. Also from a technical skill set, he does really good work. He's really smart. He has a lot of really, really good critical thinking skills, be able to hop on calls and talk strategy through on a deep level that really enables our clients to grow in a way that we want them to. So he's been a joy to work with and really excited to have him as a part of the team.
Happy to hear that. Let me ask you, what was your main fear or doubt when you, let's say, I still remember like it was yesterday that we got on that conversation about helping you find a great talent for a very specific need that you have. What was the main fear back then, like before making that decision and say like, yeah, I'm gonna give it a try with these guys?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the biggest fear is always like they're not going to be able to help me find it. The nice thing is, Angela, you made it very risk free, right? Basically you pay if you hire. So that eased a few of my concerns. But part of it was like, I don't think they really, I've worked with agencies before and you can express a lot of the things that you desire. And especially in a really specific type of candidate, there's a lot of sort of nuance and things there that you want covered that oftentimes the recruiting agency doesn't get or isn't able to speak to the potential candidates with those things in mind. And from the beginning, it felt like you guys were really invested in understanding the role, understanding the business, so that you could really convey that to potential candidates. And because of that, I was able to get some really qualified. As I said, 3 out of the 4 people you guys, the first time you guys sent me, were really qualified. So I would say that was my initial fear. But really quickly, I think after my first call with your team, it was pretty obvious to me that they had a deep investment and a desire to really understand what I was looking for and the right type of candidate for this role.
Awesome. So happy to hear that. You mentioned something about the culture you're trying to build in your team. We're very like huge in culture building as well. We believe in you have to be intentional, about building and creating your team. Can you give us one tip that you would give to other marketing agency owners that are, trying to build their remote teams and consider culture? What's the number one tip you would give to them, like in terms of if you want to be successful as you have been with your agency and your team? What was that? What would be that one tip?
Yeah, one tip that I would give is really create sort of a North Star or like a target for what that culture looks like. What are the things that you want to see in the culture of your company, right? Some people are really fast paced and want really aggressive people and someone to sort of emulate that. I'm a little bit more empathy focused and desire people who are a little softer and are willing to open up and share. I'm a very open human being and I really want to be able to connect with my employees and I want them to be able to connect with each other. So you got to find sort of that thing that you see, create that vision for what that looks like for you. And for every company, it's different. And then when you're interviewing in that process, actually understand, right? Outside of the technical skills, obviously, depending on the role, but they're easier to come by sometimes, right? It's really finding that culture fit or someone that you want desire to work with and you want that. And so I would say find sort of, create that picture in your head and then build the team around what that actually looks and make it specific for you and what you want.
That was very insightful, very helpful. And one last question: what would you tell to someone who's thinking right now about working with us and they also doubting and thinking about it? What would you tell them?
I would say that it's completely risk free. Angel and his team, they want to help you. And so if they're not able to help you, they're not going to make you pay for it. From my personal experience, they were able to find incredible candidates really quickly for a reasonable price and gave me a lot of confidence in using them in the future. So my biggest suggestion is go with it. There's no reason not to, in my opinion. And if it doesn't work out, that's totally fine. But the opportunity is in my opinion, a no brainer, as they say.
Awesome. That's great. So thank you so much, Yoni, for sharing your experience. That's very insightful. And yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the time.